No, this is not a tongue, even though it looks like one. This is your master endocrine gland. This is the pituitary. Classically, the pituitary is divided into the anterior lobe, which is embryologically developed from a structure called Rathke's pouch, and the smaller posterior lobe, which develops from a part of the hypothalamus known as the infundibulum. There is still, even in adult life, a direct connection between this posterior lobe, which is a relatively small part of the overall pituitary, through a stalk called the stalk of the pituitary, or infundibulum as well. The hormones of the posterior pituitary are not made here. They're made in the hypothalamus, and they transfer down this stalk to produce oxytocin and vasopressin. There is an intermediate lobe, which is very, very minute, and classically it always looks like a couple of thyroid follicles. And basically the intermediate lobe of the pituitary is the only thing that I could think of in your entire body, which you can see here, which looks like thyroid tissue. So here's the posterior lobe. It is composed of pituocytes, which are modified glial cells. It looks exactly like brain tissue because it is brain tissue and it's developed from brain tissue, the same type of brain tissue that you see in the hypothalamus. Here's the intermediate lobe, and the rest of it, 99% of it, or we'll say 90%, is the anterior lobe of the pituitary, developed from Rathke's pouch. The anterior lobe of the pituitary has three different kinds of cells. The cells that you could see here that look really, really red are acetophils. The cells that you see here, which look considerably bluer, are basophils. The cells that you could see here and here and here, sometimes individually, which have no color uptake, they hate color, that's why they're called chromophobes. The hormones of the anterior pituitary come chiefly, if not entirely, from simply the basophils and the acetophils. Here's a group of acetophils here. The acetophils make all of the hormones of the anterior pituitary, except for the hormones which troph, T-R-O-P-H, or stimulate the thyroid, the adrenal, and the sex glands, the sex tissue. So in other words, the basophils, which are these blue cells along here, and maybe we could get better views of some basophils. I don't know, maybe let's go a little bit deeper. We'll find a better differentiation between acetophils and basophils. The basophils, I think I could probably find a good little differentiation right here. Here we go. These bluer basophilic looking cells, which you see here, a little bit here, and they're really kind of interspersed with the red cells. The basophils make ACTH, which stimulates the adrenal, TSH, which stimulates the thyroid, as well as the sex hormones, the sex-stimulating hormones, FSH and LH. So think of the basophils as stimulating other endocrine glands, like the sex cells, the thyroid, and the adrenal. The acetophils secrete everything else. They secrete growth hormone. They secrete prolactin. And the cells which do not take up color, like here, because it's afraid of color, so it's called a chromophobe, and I could get you a better view of one. The cells which do not take up color, like here, and we'll find some more. Here's one. Here's one. Sometimes there's a good number of them, and sometimes you have to look hard. These are the chromophobes. They don't secrete anything. So here's the acetophils. Here's some basophils. And here's really, really a nice chromophobe here. And do we really want to say anything else about the pituitary? I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything. So that will be it for the master endocrine gland of the entire body, the pituitary. Posterior lobe, intermediate lobe, anterior lobe, stalk, and that's it in a nutshell. And therefore, I thank you very much.